That the grass is always greener and the Flanderses always have it a little better. Just look at that RV. Just look at that man cave. Over the years, we've seen Homer butthurt over plenty of Flanders' successes. He's mad that Flanders uses his monkey's paw wishes well, gets a senior discount, that he wins $50,000, a new computer, or more recently, discovers a huge bag of money, which was always one of Homer's dreams. There's just something about Ned's personality that brings about a sort of inferiority complex within Homer, and a sense of competitiveness. Now he's picking a fight over miniature golf, or stealing his job as town crier, or yard sale microphone guy. Around season 2, the writers expanded this dynamic to a more generalized dislike of Flanders' goody two-shoes personality. Like, take Boy Scouts in the Hood as an example. We get a bit of Homer's inferiority complex, but mostly it's Homer thinking Flanders is a square and doesn't want to be stuck with him. They have ideological differences over cursing, baptizing children, and whether it's okay to have premarital sex. I mean, Flanders spent an entire weekend cock-blocking Homer. That's gonna instill some resentment. Homer's done a lot of mean stuff to Flanders over the years. His dislike of his neighborino has manifested itself in unique ways. Usually it's all stupid Flanders, shut up Flanders, general rudeness to his face. It got so bad that he wrote a song about how everybody hates Ned Flanders. Other times he lashes out by dragging Flanders' name through the mud, through general schadenfreude, or permanently borrowing his stuff. I mean, what's a better way to get over your envy of others' possessions than to steal them? Or if that's not good enough, why not just wish they were dead? Remember, this is a guy who is going to club his neighbor with a pipe. He kicked Flanders out of his own bomb shelter. In A Serious Flanders, Homer goes for the money over rescuing him from a fire. The last one was more of a moment of weakness, but still, Homer's not that concerned about Ned's welfare. And even all of these are ignoring the multiple Treehouse of Horrors where Homer straight up murders him. It's hard to nail down what's the worst thing Homer has intentionally done to Flanders. There's a lot of competition. Bart's Comet, perhaps? I mean, he essentially tried to send him to his death. That's pretty bad. Even still, since Homer tends to be the protagonist, these unpleasant moments provide opportunities for character growth. Flanders becomes a useful tool in any plot told from Homer's point of view. But it does make me wonder, how does Ned feel about all these situations? No offense to Homer, but this is the scenario I really enjoy. The reason why Ned Flanders is such a great character foil is that he's so unflappable. This extreme version of turn the other cheek Christianity, in which Homer's abuse either goes unnoticed or is met with a friendly smile and corny catchphrase. In the status quo of the show, this is more of a one-sided feud, and Ned's issues fall in the more passive-aggressive range. Now, Ned Flanders probably wouldn't admit to outright disliking Homer. However, he most certainly looks down his nose at his lifestyle. We already talked about the baptizing, cursing, and premarital sex. Furthermore, Flanders has taken it upon himself to try to save Homer's soul on a couple of occasions, like in Homer the Heretic and The Greatest Story Ever Dode. Although he tried to damn Homer in a Halloween special, so I guess it evens out. Then we have an episode like Todd, Todd, Why Hast Thou Forsaken Me?, where he casts Todd out to live in godlessness with the Simpson family. Once again, Ned would argue that he's hating the sin and not the sinner in all these examples, whereas others might find him condescending and judgmental. In To Surveil with Love, he takes a job monitoring the town, calling out Homer when he's not living up to his standards. Look, I love Ned Flanders and all, but yeah, this guy's got a holier-than-thou attitude, and it's hard to say he truly likes Homer when he judges him so. That being said, Homer makes himself a pretty easy person to judge, has a jerk-ass personality that would test even the most patient. So what is the tipping point with these two? Is it just arbitrary, that sometimes he turns the other cheek and sometimes pushes back? With Flanders, it often takes multiple barrages of abuse to cut through that wall of patience. In Dead Pudding Society, he curtly asks Homer to leave after the first run-in, then fights back the second time. Hurricane Neddy, the patron saint of Angry Ned episodes, he only explodes after a long sequence of misfortunes and Springfield incompetence. In a later episode, Flanders ends up evicting the Simpsons after they repeatedly disrespect him. In Black Eyed Please, Flanders literally punches Homer in the face because he's being so darn obnoxious, and then later punches him a second time for similar reasons. In most instances, it takes some kind of provocation or bullying from Homer to get this kind of reaction. Ned's just playing defense.